All right, guys, so I want to apologize first off. We told everybody we would have some big announcements last night at 7 o'clock. We created an event for it. That's my fault. We actually ended up going a little bit over here, doing some other things. You know, Jack from Full Power Synthetics was here last night doing kind of a basic presentation on just oil analysis, getting your stuff checked, the benefits, that sort of thing. Just so you know, we are going to be doing more stuff with Jack in the future. We're in the process of setting up some actual demonstrations. We talked about potentially getting one of the bearing machines for those of you that are familiar with those, and actually checking those out and saying, hey, you know, let's do some independent studies on different oils, stuff like that. So anyways, we are actually getting some equipment. We are actually looking at doing some demonstrations for you guys. So big thing, okay, like I said, I just wanted to apologize. Like I said, we got tied up with some stuff. I got, you know, Patrick, I got John. For those of you that don't know, we have Johnny now on board as our shop manager, and managing the shop as well as working on some fabrication stuff for us. We do have a part-time shop hand as well, and then we are also bringing on another gentleman to help us with some online stuff. So you know, I apologize. We've been trying to get that all set up, dialed in, and good to go here. So anyways, wanted to talk about, you know, everybody's like kind of okay, you know, sorry, like I said, we got you hyped up and didn't announce it. So here it is. Basically, big announcement for ART for the business. We got a nice fancy new dumpster. No, I'm just kidding, guys. So realistically, I wanted to show you this. We were debating on whether we were going to show anybody this, whether we were going to just do it, come out with it and say, hey, check this out. So here it is. I know, it's an ugly pile of junk, but why do we have a Mustang here? Well, that's a great question. Yes, we work on diesels. That's what we do, diesel performance. So we wanted to do something different. For those of you that don't know, for those of you down in the States, Alaska is it's a fairly new market, if you will, a fairly narrow market. I know down in the lower 48, a lot more people have a lot more cool stuff going on, if you will. Anyways, we wanted to do something different. So here it is. We got this ugly pile of crap sitting here that's getting a 6.0. We have a spare 6.0 motor sitting around. We are working out some of the fine tuning, what all we want to do. We have a few turbos laying around. We've kicked around the ideas of a single 475. We've kicked around ideas of twin 366s in it. But ultimately, about 1,000 horse. We're putting it in the Mustang. This is not going to be a quick project. Part of the reason for this, and part of the reason why we are actually doing this and showing you guys, because originally, like I said, we were going to just basically say, hey, here you go, you know, wait till it's done and then, you know, basically release it. But part of the reason why, if some of you recall, kind of in the earlier stages, about a year or so ago, we had a YouTube channel going, or started. I guess I won't say going. We started. We put a couple long-winded videos that were, you know, just that long-winded and not a lot of information. So we're kicking that program back off. We are going to try and have regular videos, regular YouTube content for you guys. Maybe some how-tos. I'd like to get with some of the other local shops. You know, 1023 Diesel, Dusty and Robert out there, Daniel Chase at DC 907 Diesels, you know, some of these other shops, and maybe even not necessarily diesel related, Jeff at G&M Auto Detailing, kind of showcase some of these other shops, talk to them, that sort of stuff. Basically, we're going to kick that off. So the point in me showing you this Mustang is that we are going to do step-by-step processes for you. So just so you know, we've actually already acquired a Ford 9-inch rear end with a limited slip differential in it, ready to go for this thing. We are going to be narrowing it. That's part of the great thing about having a fabricator in-house now, is we're going to narrow that 9-inch. We want big tires on it. It's going to be streetable. How streetable, I really can't tell you. 1,000 horsepower in a car that weighs under 4,000 pounds, probably about 3,500 pounds all said and done, is going on drag radials. So as far as the streetability, but it's going to be driven on the street. The other kind of iffy thing about the streetability, and the other reason we wanted to talk about this, is like I said, originally, for those of you that are down in the lower 48, our big diesel event happens third week of June every year, called Prowl for Power. We were going to slap this thing together, put 600 horse in it, and have it on the track at Prowl this coming summer. We decided against that. Why? Because yes, I have a two-wheel drive 5R110 tranny sitting here that would probably work okay. But we are going to basically do something different. We're going to go outside the box. So far, I've only seen one other person do this, and we are going to probably end up with a Lenko in this thing. So just so you guys know that aren't familiar with racing, you know, the Lenko is basically a straight racing transmission. That's what it's designed to do. We are going to put a Lenko in it just because nobody does it. Why? I don't know. To me, it makes a lot more sense if you come from a racing background than the 48 RE swaps, the 4R100 swaps that people keep talking about. And when you actually break down the price, you're probably talking about the same price to build, say, like a 4R100 with all the billet internals. So basically that's where we're going. Just wanted to kind of release that. Like I said, it's going to be a slow project. Realistically, by Prowl, we probably only expect to have this thing probably a roller. We'll have the cage in it, we'll have the suspension done, and we will have a block sitting in it, probably the built bottom end put in it as well at that point. I don't expect it to be done before Prowl, so, you know, sorry, I know probably some of you guys want to see it at Prowl. Probably won't happen. We will take it out there and kind of showcase the progress, but we're going to do progress as it comes along, as it, you know, we progress, as we get the cage in it, as we get the suspension in it. We will be doing updates regularly on YouTube, on Facebook, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the biggest thing. Like I said, here I'll give you an ugly view of it again. There it is, ugly pile of crap. Box body Mustang. So like I said, it's getting a 6.0 Lenko, Ford 9-inch full cage. There you go. That's kind of the biggest things for us right now. Some of the other stuff I kind of wanted to touch on that you guys can look for and be ready for. We are going to have a little bit of a restructure in the way the name is, so be prepared for that. You're going to see ART Performance start showing up a lot more. That being the reason behind it is we are getting more parts production. For those of you that don't know, we do have our own fuel sumps out now. Those are going through a redesign. We're actually doing some slight tweaks to our fuel sumps to stay ahead of the game, make sure that we do have one of the nicest, if not the nicest, sump kit on the market. So we're waiting on that. Expect those to actually come out around the first of the year. We're also working on some fuel line kits. For those of you that haven't seen, we are, or if you aren't familiar, some of the guys doing nice higher end fuel systems, putting FASs and air dogs in, but doing it themselves, are using stainless braided lines instead of the typical FAS. We're in the works. We're probably about a month out from those, but we are going to come out with some stainless braided fuel line kits for putting faster air dogs in your vehicles. EGR solution kits, we are working on those. Those are a couple weeks out. Maybe a little longer. We might be pushing mid-January or February by the time those are out, but we do have those. So big thing with the name difference there is Arm Rippin' Toys will continue to produce all of the parts. The ART Performance will be the shop side of things and everything else there. So that being said, that's kind of the biggest thing. Be prepared for that. Logo is going to stay the same. ART is still going to stay the same. Like I said, just expect some of those minor changes. Those products, like I said, you're going to see those coming out here very shortly. Like I said, by February, by the time taxes come out, we'll have the fuel line kits, we'll have EGR kits. We're working on some other cool stuff, 6.7 piping power, 6.7 power strokes. Let me rephrase that. 6.7 power stroke piping kits. Couple other things that you guys will have to wait and see, but that's kind of the biggest thing. Look for the slight changes in the name and the restructure there, and then like I said, be prepared for more videos on that pile of crap. So if you guys got any questions, let us know. You know, we're constantly making progress on it in the background. I'm going to try and update you guys when we have bigger steps done. Like I said, we have a 9-inch for it already that we've acquired. Even though this is new release, we've actually had the Mustang for about a month now and just haven't said anything. So expect that. Like I said, we got the 9-inch. I'm actually working on acquiring all the wiring harnesses, the dash out of a 6.0, everything we need for there. And then we're probably going to do a lot of our own wiring on it, a lot of our own harnesses. I know there's been some stuff about new releases with wiring kits and whatnot, and standalone harnesses. We're going to probably do all that in-house. So anyways, if you guys got any questions, let me know. You know, hit us up. Text, Facebook message, email, you know, we can pretty much be contacted on almost every form out there. But yeah, check it out, guys. Like I said, watch for the YouTube stuff. We're gonna get that kicked back off. You know, the Mustang will be the centerpiece. We're gonna do some stuff with like our trucks. Right now, the 6.0 shop truck is getting a S366. We're waiting on a kit to come in to rebuild that thing. So that'll be getting a S366. The 6.7 Power Stroke, we are actually acquiring the tuning, waiting on that to show up. So expect us to be making some more power with that, showing that you can still make power and have a decent truck with emissions intact if that's what you choose to do. So we are working on that. But like I said, we got some cool stuff coming up. That was just the biggest thing, is the Mustang. Like I said, we were going to keep it quiet, but we decided, you know what, let's do a YouTube series. Let's keep that going. Let's have you guys basically be able to track the progress with us, as opposed to just say, hey, look